I'm sitting here with Bay Area royalty, Young Phil, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. We back in the Bay right now.
Can you get a little bit closer to the mic?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, just put that bitch. Yep.
We back in the Bay right now, so
Yep.
I'm feeling good. About to dip out in a second again, but we here right now.
Yeah, bro. And speaking of the Bay Area, bro, I feel like there's a certain energy going on right now. You know, we just had you and your team in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. We had All-Star Weekend here. You know, everybody in the Bay Area going crazy. I just filmed some. What was that y'all filmed yesterday?
What we just filmed was a Kari and Kehlani video shoot. Shout out my boy Kari, man. He going crazy right now. So, yeah, the Bay is up right now.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was like a long time coming?
I feel like the Bay Area, we just be doing our thing, like just in general. And whenever that light is like gonna be shined upon us, we gonna be ready for it. So I think that we was just like doing our thing until that light came on us, and then once it's about to shine on us, we just finna go crazy in every aspect in every lane. So I think that's like the time right now.
Yeah. Facts. Because I think I just seen a clip today, and it was talking about how like Larry June, LaRussell, and like he was even talking about like cult leaders, like we're really like based off independency.
Yeah, for sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like we really ride our own wave, and that's a testament of just like I feel like what we're made of, and it's so dope that you were able to be one of the faces so that the whole world can see what we made of, right? Because speaking of the Super Bowl, bro, I think that's like the hottest thing right now. Like everybody that watched that performance knew, like, bro, that shit is like revolutionary, right? So speaking of the Super Bowl, how did you even land that opportunity, bro? We all know you're great, but how did that come about?
So shout out to my boy Taiwan Williams. He's from, I think he's from Sac.
Okay.
But he moved to LA like 15 years ago or something like that, and he's just been in LA, and he does like a bunch of stuff with Kendrick. Like people hit him up and all that type of stuff. So they hit him up for this for the Super Bowl, and they was like, "Yo, we need 10 Bay Area dancers. Who's all the Bay Area dancers you know?" So he sent like 50 Bay Area dancers, like all the Bay Area dancers.
To Kendrick's team?
Yeah, that's in the Bay Area, and only 10 people got picked, and I was one of them. So that's how that just came about for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're part of a group called It's Them. It's Them, right? Yeah. So it's like, you were saying earlier, it's like y'all already got something going. Y'all were just ready for the opportunity, and it just came and boom, like able to shine. 2025, do you think it's like a West Coast thing, or do you think like the Bay Area is gonna really like show out? Because I hate, me and my homie were talking about it, bro. 2024, I kind of gotta say LA got it. You know what I'm saying? Because based on what they're putting out, like Kendrick, you got like even like Lefty Gunplay, just a bunch of shit. So what are your predictions for 2025 now? Because we started off strong.
2025 is just gonna be strictly West Coast.
Okay.
I don't think, honestly, it gotta be like a crazy magnifying glass that has to come over to the Bay for us to fully get our shine. Yeah. Because like the Bay is like the little cousin to LA, just because they got everything popping in LA. It's so much easier to do like a bunch of big shit. And like all the opportunities is really in LA. You got to make opportunities out here. So I think that it's just going to be a big one for the West Coast. Whatever comes to LA is going to trickle down to the Bay unless we get something crazy popping. Like shout out to like LaRussell and Larry June, because they got their own thing solidified. So they always going to have something going. But if you want to find some opportunity or you want it to come to you, you're going to have to be in the right spots like LA.
Okay. Word. Yeah. And I think, you think it can shift at one point? Or is this too?
The only time I feel like the only time that something's like that happened was during the hyphy movement. You know what I'm saying? Like it hasn't happened ever since then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we would have to conjure up something like that to happen again for like the light to shine on us completely. Yeah. And I don't see that happen necessarily, because especially nowadays, the Bay Area, they try to like get away from the hyphy movement, you know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody know us for. So people are trying to like get away from that, but that's what they want us. That's what they want us for. So I don't know. I don't necessarily see that happen.
Yeah. And honestly, bro, it was so dope too, seeing like Too Short, Mr. Fab, like just be involved in like the whole Bay Area All-Star, because it gave that feeling a little bit, right? It was like, man, they really like the OGs really coming back together, like, and I'm sure like a bunch of like the Gilly, the Wallows, and them, like they knew them based off the hyphy movement, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Eagles song right now is "Blow the Whistle,"
bro.
So I don't know. I think, man, hopefully it's just like a bunch of little like jabs thrown into like the industry to where it's like, all right, we got to kind of like tap back into the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? But like NorCal and the Bay Area is just different, you know what I'm saying? Like Stockton is not the same as the Bay, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, shout out to like everybody out in Stockton doing their thing, but it's just not the Bay, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard just trying to depict too, especially getting light shine on the Bay Area in general.
Word. Is there anything you took from the Super Bowl experience that you can like hold on to and like run with it?
Man, it's a bunch of stuff. Shout out to our choreographer and our director, Charm LaDonna, bro. She a beast, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just super gamed up, especially when it come to like professionalism, etiquette, just the way she think on certain things, to where like I seen that. I spent like it was a whole month with her, you know what I'm saying? Just every day. And we was grinding it out. So I seen how she just moved and everything, and I just wanted to move like that too. So I for sure like soaked up a bunch of stuff from her.
Yeah, what was like one of the things that stood out?
Let's see, it's a bunch of stuff, but one of them for sure was just like, just always being on top of your stuff. Like, say like we had rehearsal. Man, like if you go in there with chewing gum in the rehearsal, she on your ass, bro. Like she's on your ass. Just gum, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, gum, don't go in there smelling like weed, because she on your ass. And these places is like, if you come in there and it's not something that she like, or even just like any other choreographer that they like, bro, they will fire you on the spot. And it's like, bro, I seen so much shit to where it's like, they didn't remove somebody and they had somebody the next day working and like already doing the next thing, like the moves and the steps and everything. So it's like, never feel like you are irreplaceable, you know what I'm saying? Because you will be replaced. And just knowing that, it should make you want to work 10 times harder, you know what I'm saying? So it's just so much, but definitely that. Just make sure you go up, make sure you, every time you show up, 100%, for sure.
Damn, so she's really cutthroat.
Yeah, she is, bro. She is, for sure. For sure. Go crazy.
Damn.
Though.
Yeah, no, that sounds intense, but yeah, I can see like, but that's probably what it takes to really be great and form something great.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, so not really caring about the feelings. It's like, we got to get this shit done.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's no time to play, bro. She be on that shit where it's like, I don't care how you feel. Like, we running it, we drilling this shit back to back to back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we be in there sweating bullets, bro, sweating bricks, bro, but you got to run it. You know what I'm saying? My cardio up right now. I ain't gonna lie. I got good cardio. I'm about to
go run a marathon.
I can run a good 3 miles, for real.
Facts. No, I don't think people realize, bro, like the actual form, like our form of dance, it's such like a physical, like you using every part of your body. Yep. So like your core, you know, you getting off them calories, like all that stuff. For sure. Is there anything that like tangible that came out of that? Like any extra opportunity that came from the Super, like people saw you there and then this came out of it?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, because I think the way I think is if I put something out today, I don't necessarily expect instant gratification or even like instant work. You know what I'm saying? Or something to come back instantly. I always think about it like, if I do this now, in 3 to 6 months or even a year, I'll get something from this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think like, oh, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to have something for me tomorrow. Yeah. So it's like, nothing specifically came off of like, oh, you in the Super Bowl, like I need to book you now. But I know for a fact in a couple months, even in a couple weeks, in something like that, like for sure they're going to be like, oh, we need you because you did this and everything like that. And it's like, I know it's going to happen, especially when I came back home. Like I already had stuff set up, especially for All-Star Weekend. And it's like me doing that, me doing the Super Bowl, and then once I came home, I did something else, and then I did something else. It's like, I know for the next, in 6 months, it's going to be rolling in for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. So you're looking at more so as like a seed. But that's like a fat seed that you planted though, you know?
Yeah, everything is a seed, bro. Planting them seeds, because for sure when I'm able to use this for like on my resume.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
And it's like, and it wasn't just like a small baby piece or like, you know, a quick thing. Nah, like it's a fat cameo.
Isn't that like the biggest, right? Isn't that the biggest platform for an artist?
Yeah, for sure. It's the biggest platform. I think it was the most watched thing in television.
Yeah.
I think so, since the moon landing or something.
Yeah, and I think it actually got more views than the Michael Jackson Super Bowl
one, bro.
Which
is
saying a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, people can hate on Kendrick or people can say whatever they want about the performance, but bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, numbers don't lie.
People were watching.
Yeah.
And people were talking.
Yeah, for sure. Numbers don't lie, though.
Yeah, facts. The honest to God, now that we brought that up, the only thing I would say is, like, if I'm Kendrick, how long do I want to keep riding the Not Like Us and that whole beef with Drake shit? You get what I'm saying?
I think
that's the only thing I'm going to say.
If I was, man, bro, because the thing is, I don't know if you heard.
Because he's so much bigger than that.
Yeah, it is. And I think, I don't know if you heard Drake's new album that came out.
I haven't, bro.
See? He already like saying little things about Kendrick too. So it's like if they keep on going, he gonna be able to play off that for as long as Drake entertaining it.
But do you think? But what I'm trying to say is like, okay, Kendrick's so much bigger than just some Drake beef. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of little kids that know they Not Like Us, right? Yeah. That may not necessarily know the hip hop Kendrick. Yeah. You know, the Rich Spirit, that album he put out. But they might know him based off that Drake beef. But it's like, nah, like we know Kendrick is more than that beef, but a lot of people just know him through that beef. So it's like, how long do you want to add that to your legacy? Is what I'm saying.
I think that GNX is the perfect album for young new listeners to come under like that wave to listen to Kendrick. And then once GNX comes, I know he gonna get back into a different bag to where it's like, all right, let me speak some real shit. And then he gonna catch them off guard where it's like, all right, this shit's still hard though.
And he's so good at doing that, bro.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't know, what was the first song that you heard from Kendrick?
I think it was like might have been, what is it, Swimming Pools?
Probably Swimming Pools, you know what I'm saying? But like Swimming Pools is a chill song. Right. But like one of his like most known songs was like All Right, you know what I'm saying? To where it's like that was like culturally impactful. Yeah. But Swimming Pools is like him just talking about pull up, drank, you know, headshot, drank, which is like it's easily relatable because people drink alcohol, but like for some like real shit like All Right, he's just like he can do that but then still captivate us on some real shit. Yeah.
And that I think that describes Kendrick so well, like that he gonna catch you off guard. Yeah, for sure. Like just when you think you know what he doing, he gonna switch it up a little bit.
Exactly, that's what he did to everybody. He switched it up.
Yeah, facts, bro, facts. So yeah, that was, man. When I'm sure, bro, we were all so proud of you and just everybody, bro, because it's like, man, like like you said, it's been a long time coming. Where if you're from the Bay Area, you feel like, man, we need more light. Yeah. So that was a big win. But let's talk about a little bit more about home, right? You brought your homies with you. Yeah. And you guys actually have a shoe store, bro, which is dope because, you know, I remember, you know, seeing you guys just post on Instagram and just like seeing on people's stories like the giveaways and stuff like that. So it turned into a whole store. Yeah. So can you talk about just that journey, bro?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boys, man. Quinn and Kelvin, man. We built it from the ground up. But I say probably like 5 years ago, we had we all individually started, but we were selling shoes like we was off Instagram, but mainly like out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Just going to events and just like trying to like sell our shoes and just basically do whatever we can to get it off. And we was getting it off, like, which is like a great thing. You know what I'm saying? But we kept it consistent throughout the whole 5 years, and it just paid off into the point to where if I got 100 people pulling up to my house, like trying to grab some shoes, bro, it's like, nah, I think we got to like figure something out. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, we all just came together and we talked and it was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, we just doing our thing a little too, we going crazy. So what's the next step? And the next step was a store. So, you know what I'm saying? We was grinding it out, had to do what we had to do, and we ended up finding a spot, and you know, we got it jumping from there.
Yeah, facts. It's interesting to me because you just said all you guys did it individually. Yep. Right? And I don't know, man. It seems like it's not too common where people can actually find a common ground. Yep. And be like, bro, let's all do this together. Yep. What was that conversation like?
Man, I think when everybody's united as one, you can work way more better, rather than if we had the store and all of us individually did was like, this is my pair of shoes, this is my pair of shoes, and we came like that, it would be much harder, you know what I'm saying? People would be trying to like look for the sales and stuff like that. But if we like, are we all gonna go crazy as one, you know what I'm saying, and build from there. It was just more so everybody was on the same page. Everybody's on the same page, like, oh, yep, like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We all believed in each other. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? When all y'all believe in each other, it's like, man, it's like the sky's the limit. You feel me? So we've been going crazy ever since we all, like, just came together as one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I salute you guys for that, bro. Because, like I said, it's not too common. You know, I think greed is, like, the number one thing that comes up, you know what I'm saying? Or ego, like, nah, I want this to myself or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really dope. But, you know what I'm saying? I think I pride myself in being authentic. So if I don't bring this up, it's like, man, you're not being authentic enough.
Yeah.
I love that y'all did that. But, man, bro, like, y'all story got broken into.
Yeah. For real, bro.
And that's like a lot of people, they probably wouldn't even talk about it. Like, they wouldn't show it like that. Because respectfully, that might have been a loss.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe in the grand scheme of things, it might not have been a loss. But right now, it feels like a loss, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what happened?
Man, I think, man, bro, we was going so crazy when we had opened up, bro. We was going crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. It's very different because I don't put the dance and the shoe stuff really together like that. But, like, besides the dance stuff on the shoe aspect, bro, we all got motion, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll sell 100 shoes in one day. You know what I'm saying? So we really be going crazy on that type of time. But I think we just be doing so much business with people. When you go crazy like that, it just basically gives an insight, especially putting stuff on Instagram. People see an insight of what you got going on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we got a store and they see what we got going on, it's like, dang, they just caught 40 pairs of Travis's, you know what I'm saying? Or like, they going crazy on this aspect. They going crazy. Dang, they got heck of shoes and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of people that love us, but it's gonna be some haters, you know what I'm saying? So I think one day, I don't know how to say it, but I guess, you know, some people probably came in, they probably was looking around and stuff like this here, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. One day, I think I just came back from LA too. It was the day before I came back from LA. And then I woke up, man, we got hit. Somebody drove a whole car through it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, bro, I think
it hit the news.
Yeah, bro, I think we was only open for like 2 months, bro. And it's like, we was going so crazy to where only in 2 months y'all gotta come and fuck with us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like one thing where it's fucked up, but then at the same time, like, it shows the influence that we got on that type of in like the shoe community. Because if we were just a little store where like niggas really didn't know about it or people didn't really know about it, I don't think they would hit us, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like once we opened, especially like with the motion that we got, it was like, okay, this is one of the main stores we got to go pull up to and see what it's about. So, I mean, it's a con, but you know what I'm saying? We can look at it in different ways.
Right. Yeah, and I think in the grand scheme of things, bro, it'll really it probably like put that passion. You're like, nah, we really got to make this shit happen.
They had me fucked up. They had all of us fucked up. We like, bro, we got to bounce back, and we finna come back, and we finna start tripping, man. We got a bunch of stuff on the way. We got a whole giveaway right now. We giving away a pair of Travis's right now. But when we open, man, we got so much stuff on the way. It's crazy.
And I'm sure it's like a little hiccup. It's a learning lesson.
Exactly, for sure. You know, it's like the time. You know, time passes, but you know, when it's our turn again, and we, you know, it's our turn to step up to the plate, we gonna go crazy for sure every time. Yeah.
And you know what, man? We love the Bay Area because there's a lot of culture, but man, there's also that side too.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit that be happening for sure.
Right. What if I were to ask you like what culture is? What's the best way you could describe culture?
Bay Area culture or culture in general?
Good question. Let's start off with just culture and then the Bay Area culture.
Culture is whatever you got inside you coming from your background. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like embody from your background, I feel like that's what culture is. Whatever is around you and whatever you embody, I think that's just like, that's the culture. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Bay Area culture, I think we already got like set things where it's like you grow up and this is what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's for everybody, but like when you a kid, you grow up and you start saying hecka. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get older, you start saying hella. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yeah, like if you know, you know. It's kind of like if you know thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just growing up in certain parts of the Bay, it's like, you know, there's certain things where like, you know, Vallejo got their own type of slang.
Right.
It's like they be like janky and stuff like that. And Richmond, they be like cutty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, but overall Bay Area culture, like, we know, you know, we all just share this same thing, which is, I don't know, and it's based off of like the hyphy movement. You know what I'm saying? We just, it's not even, it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, living like this and like Bay Area culture is like, it's really a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's really like how we wake up and how we like get to the money, how we think, how we talk, how we move. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get bipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave stuff in your car because you will get bipped.
Bro,
you know
I lived in Oakland for a year and I got bipped like 3 times.
Bro, come on. Like, bro, niggas get bipped every day. Like, fresh glass every day. So, yeah.
And unfortunately, there's that side of the culture too, which it drives down from other forms of culture that, you know, like just the way like people live out here, bro. It's hard. It's hard to live out here. So it's like, what else, you know, you expect some people to do type shit. But man, you've been at this Bay Area culture for a minute, bro. Like you said before we started, I asked you, how long have you been dancing for?
Like 17 years.
17 years.
Yeah.
Who or what made you want to start? Because I feel like, my bad, Bill, I feel like being a turf dancer, like you really got to embrace the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
So like, what made you start?
I think just, bro, like I feel like where I grew up was just like a very, it was, I don't know how to say it, but it was just like, it was just super culturally impacted where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Just growing up, you know, just growing up in Oakland, and then I moved to San Leandro. I always came back to Oakland and stuff like that. I was just always outside. I think that's the main thing, is just always being outside. Like, everybody's just so like doing something, right? So it's like it might be a path where it's like, oh, these niggas over here selling drugs, you know what I'm saying? Or these niggas over here like pimping or something like that. And then these niggas over here, they just like to be the fly guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's like these niggas over here, they like to be dancers. These niggas like to play sports, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of just like throughout all these things that have to do with the culture, like you can pick which one that you wanted. And I think that I gravitated towards dance the most, where it's like, oh, they be gigging, they be fucking with it, they saucy, and they be getting bitches too. It's like, oh yeah, like I want to do what they be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, they be getting women, so yeah, I think that was like a cool thing that I saw. So I was like, I want to do it. I want to do that.
Facts, cause like I mentioned, bro, I was really lurking through your shit, bro, and I just seen, bro, like as a real young man, bro, you were really turning shit up at like First Fridays, you know what I'm saying? And like speaking of First Fridays, bro, when I lived in Oakland, like I went to a few of them. How do you feel it was before, and then how do you feel like it's now, and then, you know, what do you think is better?
Man, I think during like 2014, 2013, like First Fridays was getting shot up, like they was getting shot up crazy, like for real. I don't know if like anybody died from First Friday, but it was crazy at that point. But then when it hit like 2016, 2017, then I don't know, it was like a real shift where like everybody just kind of wanted to party and turn up, and it wasn't really that bad. So like, when I started going to First Friday and we started dancing on First Friday, it was just like pure litness. It was like pure litness, and then like all the females would come out, you know what I'm saying? They would watch the show, and it was like, I think that was a time where people liked dance a lot, especially like when like certain moves came out, like the Smees and stuff like that, and it was like super hot. That's when everybody was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit going crazy. So First Friday during like 2016 to like 2018 is cool, was lit, but now I think it's all right, it's cool.
What do you think it's missing?
I just think that COVID hit and impacted hella shit. So I think that maybe in a year or two, I think COVID will be I mean not COVID, but I think First Friday will just be lit again. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, facts. Because I think it is a beautiful thing, bro. Especially doing it in Oakland. Yeah. Like do they say that's the heart of the Bay?
I think that everybody said Harlem the Bay, but I think like geographically, Hayward is.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's like in the middle of everything.
Yeah, city, bro.
Huh?
Hayward's an interesting city.
Yeah, I don't even know too much.
No, because I work over there, so it's like it feels hella industrial, but I also know it's cultured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there is people
they
out
got
there.
culture for sure. I think it's a side of Hayward where it's like an industrial side of Hayward, and then this side
like
towards
closer to San Leandro.
Yeah, and like towards like B Street and like South Hayward and stuff like that, where it's like that's the more cultural side, and then everything on the other side is kind of like new, like industrial.
Yeah. Yep. Damn. So but you're an Oakland cat through and through.
Man, I spent some time in Hawaii too, man. So like
actually living out there?
Yeah, I lived in Hawaii, so it's like
damn.
You know, when I come to the Bay, bro, I be on my shit for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I move like that, but it's always a part of Hawaii that's in me too. So it's like sometimes I find myself wrapped into like all this Bay shit and like being from Oakland and just moving around. But then I see myself like it's a whole nother part of me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just being in the islands and being from the islands too as well, because that's another part where I grew up for sure.
You're from Belize?
Yeah, that's another part where like, man, it's like, bro, my whole inner like race, bro, it's really a lot, bro. So it's like my mom's side is from Belize, where it's like that's in Central America for those who don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know, but
yeah, it's
right by
beautiful. Yeah, it's right by Guatemala.
Okay.
Yeah,
what do they speak?
They speak Spanish too, but it's more so like Creole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like that's where my mom's side is from, but then my dad's side is like really like Chinese and Hawaiian on that part. So it's like it's really a crazy mix.
Yeah.
But then on my dad's side, like they black too, because my great grandma had married a boxer during like in Hawaii during the Pearl Harbor time. So like that's how like that whole thing came in. That's how I'm black on that side, and I think my mom got like a little black in her, but yeah, but she mainly from Belize. Like most of my family on that side is for sure from Belize.
Damn, and you would say like the lifestyle is different down there, like Hawaii and Belize?
Yeah, for sure. Belize is like third world. It's kind of like Jamaica.
Okay.
You know, if you really think about it, like they listen to like reggae or like dance hall and stuff like that. And man, I don't know if you've seen Shadas though. Shadas is like a movie that I think it's one of Bob Marley's son or grandsons. He played a part in, but man, it's like that. It's like that in Belize. So if you haven't watched Shadas,
what is it called?
Go watch Shadas. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's one of those type of movies where it's like that, but it's like that in Belize, and then Hawaii is just like really like smooth, especially the island that I grew up on, which is Kauai. It's super chill. It's like a country like, so you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, they just do their work, get off, and then just go to the beach and get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Do the thing next day. So it's really chill.
Yeah. So you started dancing when you came over here?
Nah. So I always grew up out here.
You were born here?
Yeah, I was born here. I was born in Oakland until 9 years old, and then I moved to San Leandro, and I lived in San Leandro until I was like 13, and then I moved to Hawaii. And I moved to Hawaii only for like a year.
Okay.
And then I came back out here, and then I moved to San Leandro. I stayed back in San Leandro. No, I moved to Oakland, and then I moved back to San Leandro probably like 17. I don't know. Ever since I came back, I just been moving around, like back from Oakland to San Leandro and stuff like that. Yeah. But that whole time, throughout those whole years, I would always go back to Hawaii. I would stay like 3 months, 4 months in Hawaii and stuff like that. So that's why I say a part of me for sure, like grew up in Oakland.
Yeah.
I mean, grew up in Hawaii.
Yeah. And it really, I've never been down there, but it just seems like it's super peaceful. Like,
man, it's so peaceful. Like some people go crazy in Hawaii because like it's called island fever. So it's like you go to the islands and like you on that rock, even though it's the most peaceful thing you've ever been to. It's just like
you're on the rock.
You know you on a rock. You know you on a rock. You know you can't just walk and go somewhere else.
Right.
You gotta like fly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people do go crazy out there, but it's so chill. It's too chill to where it's like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it seems like one of those things where you gotta later on in life you probably enjoy it more.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're just like you're in your chill phase.
Yeah, I'll go there when I'm like 40 or something like that.
Is that the goal? Maybe to just end up back out there.
Yeah,
when you retire?
Sure. For sure. When I'm retired, I'll for sure want to go back out there.
Yeah, that would be dope. So you said you've been on a 17-year journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Through that journey, have you ever? I'm just at this point, bro. I'm just asking like mindset questions. Have you like ever fumbled an opportunity through those 17 years?
Nope. Never fumbled. I never fumbled opportunity that was for me. And I mean maybe the opportunity had came, but it wasn't for me in my sense. Like, this is not something that is necessarily for me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might have opportunity might have came to me, but it wasn't like my job to say like, all right, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? It might have been like for somebody else. Like, they was looking for me, but it was really for somebody else. You know, or it was for me, but they were looking for somebody else. Like, okay, like when it really come down to this, the SMEs, right? We was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and we was like getting the SMEs popping to where a lot of people was like hitting us up like, yo, y'all made the SMEs, y'all made the SMEs, y'all made the SMEs. We like, nah, we just push it. But this dude over here made it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, that's the opportunities I'm talking about, where it's like they probably hitting me up like, yo, can we book you for this? Or can we get you to do this? Can we take you here and do this? And we like, just out of respect, we like, nah, it's not our thing. We push it and everything, but it's his thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I never fumbled the opportunity.
Real one. So
yeah. But I never fumbled the opportunity. I make sure I grab everything, bro. Nah, we be grabbing everything for sure.
Yeah, I like it. So when a SMEs type of dance, and then like the Mobby is from the Bay Area, right?
I made the Mobby, yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So when you see those type of dance moves, how do they come about? Is it just like one dancer literally does it, and then like you just keep doing it, and then everybody does it, and then now it's yours, type shit? Or how does that work?
I think for the
like
SMEs,
for example, the Mobby.
Oh, okay. So for the Mobby, bro, it was crazy because I used to talk to this girl, bro, right? and she's from LA.
Okay.
And she always used to like do like in her videos like on Instagram and stuff. She used to always be like this, like, you know what I'm saying? But she just be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, and that's all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I like the swag, you feel me? Right. I like the swag, what she doing, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. And I was like, man, but that's cool. And during that time when I made the Mobby, it was like a bunch of Afro dance was like a hot thing, you know what I'm saying? And they like Afro dance, it was this one move where they would just like step. They would just step. And I'm like, dang, so what if I took this and I took this and I put it together and I kind of made it just like that.
Yeah, and they got that bounce to it.
Yeah, and they got a bounce to it where it's like I can make it into a Bay Area move. And like, you know, when you in the car and you just sliding around, it's like, what you doing? I'm mobbing around, you know what I'm saying? So we just gonna turn into the Mobby.
So you're literally the creator of the Mobby.
Yeah,
that's insane, bro.
Man. They did it. They did it on what's that show? No, what's that song? That video, H.E.R. If you watch H.E.R. slide, okay. Like
really?
Yeah, they do. We doing the Mobby and the whole thing. I basically I choreographed that with a bunch of other dancers that was there at that moment. We choreographed that whole thing that they shot right there. So that's a fun fact too. And I think the Jabberwockies be doing it too. And they show in Vegas,
sure.
Bro.
I can see them doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they show in Vegas, they be doing the Mobby too. Hey, Jabberwockies, man, tap in, bro. We need that.
Man, that would be insane. Cause
we need a video with the Jabberwockies for real.
They're based out of the Bay Area, right?
I think Sac.
Oh, Sac. Okay.
Yeah,
that's close enough.
Yeah, that's close enough for sure. Yeah, we need that.
Damn, that's so interesting, bro. So, yeah, man. Yeah,
man. Come on, that's the Mobby.
So do you also choreograph videos? Is that part of like your resume?
Man, so I've been doing these things where I get the whole community together.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you've seen like the Jerry Hyphy videos.
Right. And,
yeah. So I get everybody together, the whole community together, whoever want to be in the video, and then I basically put a song. Get the song ready. Get everybody together, pick the location. I got my shooter, shout out to Serial Boys, and then I got my team. it's them and my boy Kuzi. He comes up with like what we should do, how can we make this a little bit better, and like we just put everything together, and so that's like my whole way of like orchestrating and directing something. You know what I'm saying? Even though shout out to my boy Kuzi, because he for sure be in my ear and he'd be like, we need to do this, we need to do that, and so he for sure got a part in that. But that's for sure like a directing piece that I like to do.
That's dope. Yeah. Eventually, like, is there a next phase of Phil? Because right now you're a dancer, and like everybody in the Bay Area knows like you're that guy when it comes to dance. Is there a next phase to you that you want to like accomplish?
Just in general?
Yeah.
Man, we already talking right now. We just trying to be on some big boy stuff. We trying to buy property, trying to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Just grow as much as we can in all different aspects. I think like they said, like if you got 6 incomes, that's like the easiest way to become a millionaire and stuff like that. So I mean, whatever, I'll just be trying to hustle, bro. I'm a real hustler. I'll be trying to get it however I can, legally, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Legally for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's just my next venture right there, is just try to get some property.
Okay.
Try to get like a duplex and try to like start renting it out and stuff like that. But that's the next stuff we on. But as long as I can do new stuff and still do my old stuff, that's just gonna keep everything just going. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next thing.
Yeah,
that's the next
sticking
phase.
to the roots, but like building off of that.
That's the next phase right there.
Word. And I'm sure like they all start kind of, going into each other, because, man, I mean, you do a bunch of digital content. That's already a form of real estate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you constantly got people watching YouTube videos, and then the sneakers. Like there's I didn't really realize it, but there's a lot of money in the sneaker game.
For sure. It's a big market, especially if you know how to wiggle through it and work around it, because the market down right now.
And like the sneaker market?
Yeah, the sneaker market is down right now. But if you know how to finesse and go through it, bro, it's money. It's always gonna be money in there.
Do you think that's due to oversaturation, or what do you think it is?
Inflation.
Oh, so people just not getting enough money to buy shoes.
I think that the price of shoes is going up, and people don't want to pay that. And that's the thing where
it's hard to.
Yeah, but like if you know how to wiggle and you know how to do your thing, then like. People always gonna buy. Yeah, shoes. And people always need shoes. Everybody always want to be fly.
Right, facts. Yeah, especially in places like here in LA and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you guys are solidifying yourself by having a store. So it's not like you guys are out the trunk anymore.
Yep.
You might maybe, but now you got the store to like really lean on.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you got random people just coming in instead of
random people for sure. And we welcome everybody, bro. It don't matter if you've been rocking with us or you just found out about us. You know what I'm saying? We welcome everybody.
Absolutely, bro.
Yep.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited, bro. What do you see within like the rest? I don't know if we really talked about it, but 2025, like, is there anything you were like working on right now that hasn't been released yet that you can talk about?
Let me see. What did I just did something with Nike, but that's already out though.
Okay.
I literally just did something.
That was for All-Star Weekend?
Yeah. So we just did that thing with Nike for All-Star Weekend. TNT just dropped the whole segment about the Bay. They used all my clips for that.
Yeah, they did. That's the clips you were talking about.
Yeah, it's been like super icon. Everything since I've been back has just been like boom, 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 boom. But the next step, I'm about to go on tour with an orchestra. With the orchestra I've been rocking with. Shout out to Ensemble McNawoos. I go on tour at the end of this month, and I go on tour for like a good couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
With an orchestra, like a band orchestra?
Yeah, like violins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to like a whole bunch of different states or like countries and stuff like that. So yeah, I got that coming up. I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff, but nothing like too crazy just yet. What we gonna put in the air and we gonna manifest is that Kendrick and SZA's tour is coming up.
Yep.
So I don't know if I might get a email talking about, yo, we need you.
Why not?
Why not, bro? Why not? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if we can get over there, then we lit for sure.
So what does it look like? Because you know how people be like, okay, I made it, or like once I make it, like what does that look like for Phil? Is it going on tour with these artists? And
I don't even think so, bro. I think for me to say I made it. Is like, I don't even know, bro.
You got a ticket under you,
bro. I don't think I just got like a chip on my shoulder where it's like I always got to do something bigger than what I just did. I don't know what's gonna come from the Super Bowl, what's gonna be bigger from the Super Bowl.
Right.
But like it's gonna be stuff in different aspects where it's like over here I could be way bigger than what I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like how I was just moving. So I think that just as much as just as long as I can be bigger than what I was in a whole nother lane. You know, if I had one store and I'm like, man, bro, now I want 2 stores, then I just want 2 stores so I could be bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Eventually 10.
Yeah, so that's just like, I don't know. I guess instead of saying I made it, I'm making it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That.
I'm making it. Like as we speak, I'm just making it. And I want to always make. I always want to create. So that's my thing.
Facts, bro. Because like I said, I was really lurking through your shit. And that's the thing. Like, you've been doing this, bro. Yeah. You know, you've been up. So I could just imagine, like, if you would have said that back then who knows if they would have plateaued you, you know? Yeah. But because you have this mindset, like, you're constantly doing the next thing.
I think that's a big thing, too, where, like I'll be, like, thinking, like, dang, bro, because people be having these, like, overnight, like, sensations, and they just be booming out of nowhere. But then, like, you know, a year or 2 later, like, they just fall flat. But, like, bro, it's really been – I haven't took no elevator. It's been all stairs, you know what I'm saying? All stairs since I started. Yeah. And I think that's probably the best way because that creates longevity. You know what I'm saying? The more stairs I can just take and I can just walk up on, you know what I'm saying? I get this accomplishment. I get this accomplishment. I get this accomplishment. I could just keep on growing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I look at it.
Absolutely. Yeah, bro. No, I'm like proud that you're from the Bay Area. Like if I were to like facts, bro, and if I were to be like if I'm out of town and then they ask me, yo, like what's the Bay Area like? I'm probably showing them Phil. Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That. Like he a hustler, he be dancing, he around these guys, like all that stuff. So just to end it off, bro, if we could give just like a short Bay Area history, right? Like you said, bro. The hyphy movement, I think, was one of the, or even before that, right? We had like the Black Panthers, right? Yeah. But if you were to just like give a rundown, right? Like what were like the most impactful within your life, and then just the Bay Area, right? We had the Black Panthers, the hyphy movement. Then we had, I wrote it down. We had like the HBK movement, the SOB movement. Yeah. Now we have what LaRussell, Larry June. So like, you know, if you were to just give like a small Bay Area history, like what were the things you should like? If you know about the Bay Area, you need to know about these things.
For sure. Off the rip, you gotta know about the hyphy movement, bro. And you know what I'm saying, like dig deeper than just like Mac Dre. Shout out to Mac Dre because Mac Dre paved the way for so many more people. You know what I'm saying, but like there's so many people behind that wave that go crazy, you know what I'm saying? So even just diving in, my favorite rapper from the Bay is the Jacka, you know what I'm saying?
I've been saying he's so underrated.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So so many people that you could think of besides Mac Dre, even though, you know, Mac Dre is him for real. Yeah. But for sure, just learn about the hyphy movement. After that, the hyphy movement, I think you just kind of said it perfectly because after the hyphy movement, who was really just like lit?
Yeah, was there anyone in between the HBK?
I can't remember, but I know HBK came out and they was just on a whole different type of time than the hyphy movement, but still kind of like on the side of it though, because it was like they like to party, you know what I'm saying? It's like they was on their schmop life, like house party type of vibe, which still stems low key from hyphy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just having fun. Mm-hmm. It wasn't on no like
being outside.
Yeah, it wasn't on no gang banging or wasn't on no like, you know, just getting money stuff. Like they was just like to party, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how hyphy was, you know what I'm saying? But in a different way. So I think the hyphy movement and then definitely the HBK movement. Just like how you said, the SOB movement. SOB is for like the younger generation.
Right, but that was arguably, bro, isn't that the biggest the Bears been? Or you think the hyphy movement was bigger? Like, well, I'm not talking about just internally, but I'm talking about as global because they reached right?
Globally hyphy for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, hyphy for sure. Like,
I gotta educate myself.
Yeah, 40 went on a tour, like I think like on a US tour, like on a national tour. Okay. About hyphy, bro. So hyphy did so many things, bro. Like,
and they impacted the East Coast a lot too.
For sure, like just in different ways, bro. Like the way we were, like, I don't know if you know, but like the South and the Bay is very connected. Like Gucci Mane, so icy. That's Zaytoven. Zaytoven is from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And then I think, don't quote me, but I for sure think so. Tell Me When to Go is made by Lil Jon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, the South and the Bay is very connected without people really knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still got those 808s that we still kind of, like, mash up together. So, I think that without certain places, the hyphy movement, I don't know. You know, like, other places make up the hyphy movement at the same time, too, for sure. But SOB was a time for sure.
Yeah.
That was a time for the younger generation,
right.
and that was a time that we was just like turned because nobody sounded. SOB didn't sound like nobody else.
Right.
You know, like that was that point where they was just shit talking, and they was shit talking on some Bay Area shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to sound like anybody else or
Right.
anything like that. You know, maybe a little bit from Detroit, but for the most part, it was just kind of like, this is like some new Bay shit for sure.
Yeah.
And then shout out to like Mike Sherm, because Mike Sherm is like, to me, Mike Sherm is like a Bay Area, like a new Bay Area nigga. Even though he old, but it's like that sound is like a new Bay Area sound. And like that, like so many people got some shit off of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to Mike Sherm for sure. But that time was for sure lit. I think now is just the time of just people outside of the Bay, just NorCal in general. Mm-hmm. But you know, the West is finna be one together soon for sure.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we've really seen anything since just like this SOB since it, right? Like, I mean, like I said, we have Larry June and LaRussell now, but it's not necessarily what SOB was doing.
Yeah, I think after SOB recently kind of just came down to like the whole point. It's just a whole bunch of like singular artists that be putting on like shout out like Kai Bands, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Kai Bands, Maj 4L, like Mike Sherman, even though he been doing his thing, just a whole bunch of other people like Apollo, you know what I'm saying? Like these are all people that's like a staple in the Bay that make Bay Area music and that makes it like culturally impactful. But I think if everybody came together and they was like, if it was one big album that they threw everybody on, I think it would be just impactful as SOB.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be insane. Like even just the shoot you were at yesterday?
Yeah, with Kari.
Kari
finna go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He's about to go crazy.
Yeah.
That was with Kehlani too, bro. So it's like if he about to do something with Kehlani, what you think? He already messed with Drake too. You know what I'm saying? So Kari is on one. Kari finna go crazy.
And he a young cat, right?
I don't even know his age, but he for sure young.
Yeah.
I think he younger than me for sure.
Yeah. Like bright future for sure.
Yeah.
I seen somebody in the comments, they said he's like the most Canadian Bay Area dude that we have.
Man, for real. Yeah.
But I can see how like him and Drake could really mesh together.
Yeah, for sure. He's like I think somebody else told me he's like Drake and Party Next Door if they had a baby or something like that.
I can see that.
But yeah, shout out to Kari, man, because he, you know what I'm saying, he for sure been going crazy. He tapped in, so we locked in for sure.
So, my whole point was just like, man, that was just so dope seeing like you there, them there. Who else was that? Cool John, 1100 himself, like produced by Mitchell.
Yep, Seji, I think that's how you say
his name. Seji Oda.
Yep, Seji was there. The Hoff twins was there. I think Jim pulled up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of people that had end up pulling. That's how you know, like, man, the Bay's on one. If we got all these people pulling up, man, the Bay is on one for sure. Yeah. I think everybody's supporting right now.
Yeah, that was just exciting to see, bro.
Yeah,
really.
for sure.
Especially off of like what just happened. You know,
yeah.
It just said like, yeah, this shit ain't gonna die off. Like everybody.
Nope. Yep. We going crazy for sure.
Because I seen you say like, bro, we got next for the next 5 years.
Yeah, for the next 5 years we lit. I think the Super Bowl's next year.
In Levi's, right?
Yeah, in Levi's.
Yeah.
When is the World Cup? The World Cup is this year? Next year. The next year after that. So the World Cup is next year after that. You feel me? And it's like, come on, bro. That's
Facts, bro. That's
those two
global.
things is only gonna set up stuff for like more and more years, bro. So it's like, we live for the next 3 to 5 years. That's a fact. Like a fact. Yeah. So yeah, we
so it's like, what PC gonna get?
Hey, I already got some piece, bro. Shout out to Super Bowl LA. I gotta get that tatted LIX, man. But yeah, we got a piece with the Super Bowl All-Star Weekend, man. That's why I'm so glad that I'm able to do what I do, because if I just been working for so long, that's why they hit me up to to be a part of anything that had to do with All-Star Weekend. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's how I know I'm doing something right. If people tapping in, big brands tapping in for All-Star Weekend, that's how I know when Super Bowl come, they're gonna be tapping in.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully when World Cup come, they tapping in. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest platform in the world.
Yep.
In the world. So it's like
coming to the Bay Area.
Who knows, bro? We just gonna manifest. We gonna put it in the air, man. Hopefully something happen for sure.
Facts. Yeah, bro. And then you got even teams like Oakland Roots. You know, they're starting to do. I think they just moved into the Coliseum.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think this is the first season that they're gonna start off at the Coliseum.
Where I think the World Cup is like out here is gonna be at the Earthquake Stadium, right? No. Oh, I thought it was.
They for sure gonna be at Levi's though.
At Levi's, you think gonna be at Levi's? Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. That's even litter, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's insane. Like honestly, I grew up watching the World Cup, and it's just like it doesn't click yet that like the World Cup is coming to the Bay Area.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like because you're gonna have Ronaldo down here. You're gonna have like everybody.
The Bay's up, bro.
I just seen for the final to sit like in the first level, a ticket is 100,000. Damn. For one ticket.
Please don't get bipped out here, bro. When you come, please don't get bipped. Make sure you take all
Let
your
these
belongings.
foreigners know.
Make sure you take all your belongings out here. The World Cup is lit. Make sure you move wisely, man, because you will get bipped. For real.
Yeah, bro. Don't think shit's sweet.
Yeah, it's not that sweet. It's lovely, but it's not sweet.
Right.
Yeah, I think they got Red Bull coming out here too, bro. Like I don't know if you know, but like when it comes to dance aspect, like that's the biggest platform for dancing too.
Yeah, because you've been to a few competitions.
Yeah, so Red Bull, the Nationals is this year. It's gonna be in San Francisco, and then the World Finals, which is like super big. The World Finals gonna be in LA. So that's why I'm saying the West is just going crazy. The West gonna be up for sure.
And you know what? I think the other side might be mad, but hey, that's not on us.
What? Oh, LA?
Yeah, I'm talking about the other side. Is like the East Coast. You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, bro, they had their run, bro.
Joey Badass, he was talking shit.
Yeah, I seen it, but the West is up, bro. The West is up. I can't even say
We still love
nothing.
you though, Joey Badass.
Yeah, bro. The East is cool. We mess with the East, we mess with the South, but the West is really we up right now. We gotta make sure we up. We have to because it'll just go right over us.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, our time is now, so
yeah,
I'm genuinely excited, bro. On the day to day, like I wake up every day, I'm like, bro, what's going on right now? You know?
Yep, exactly. I'm chilling right now, but it's gonna be something that's gonna come in a week or a month where it's like, oh, we back to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, bro, it was an honor. I appreciate you for pulling up, bro, especially because I know you're busy right now, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you just came from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And y'all got the store going. And I'm sure, like you said, bro, I'm sure, like, shit is going to start piling up. So I'm glad I was able to get you now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I'm glad I was able to come in and be on the podcast again.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I don't even want to count the first time because I didn't know what I was doing. Not that I know what I'm doing now, but it's like I just feel more comfortable now.
Nah, it's good, bro. You know what I'm saying? We growing. That's what it's all for. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, keep on doing your thing. I see you've been going crazy too.
I've just been able to build a passion for it, just like your dance. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is, bro. So
exactly.
Hell yeah, dog. Anything else you want to say before we dip off?
Man, go follow High Limit Shop, man. We on Instagram. That's the store right there. 21 Fremont Hub Courtyard, Fremont, CA. We out here going crazy. Follow It's the Them Dance Team, The Real Them. On Instagram, we doing a whole bunch of stuff. Follow me at Youngphil, YUNGPHIL _ Is that it? That's everything. That's all the plugs right there. Follow Chicks and Kicks. Follow Officially Drift. Follow Uprise Kicks, because that's where we going crazy at, man. And just stay tuned, man. 2025, we going crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yee.
It was an honor, brother. This is real Bay Area royalty, man. Tap in with this guy if you want to know anything about the Bay Area. This the man. Come on, hey, tease up. Let's get it, baby. Never heroes. We to the top.
For real, on mamas.